Hey guys, today I'm going to be installing a range hood that I ordered on Amazon. I believe there's other big box stores that sell it as well. It's called a Cosmo. I'm going to show you those steps I took in the process that I went through for me to do an install of this product. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you do like what you see, please give me that like button. Subscribe and share, comment below if you have any questions or if you're confused about something. I'd be more than happy to try to help you out with that. So don't forget to hit that like button. All right, enjoy. The hood that came with the house. Fingerprints all over it, but so this came with the house. It is ducked out. Um, it's a square duct or rectangle duct, which I'm going to be changing it to a round duct. Not because I want to, but because this hood comes with this. So this is a Cosmo hood. Okay, ordered it online. It has LED screen on there. It's an 8-inch duct. Okay, it has a plug. It's not hardwired, and this is what it is. The Cosmo Under Cabinet Range Hood Cos-Qs75. Okay, and I'm going to attempt to install this. The nice thing about this hood, kind of has like a commercial style vent grates here. So you got these slats, obviously there's plastic on it, and when the hood is on, all the smoke or whatever is going to go through this, okay? If there's any oil built up, it's going to drip down, and there's actually a drip tray, kind of like a commercial restaurant would have. And it'll go into this drip tray, and then you remove the drip tray and, clean it out. So I'm not the type of person to grill or to fry a lot of things, anything like that, and I'm pretty thorough when it comes to cleaning. The original hood came with this rectangle duct, and this was the grates on the original, which they washed up pretty decently. So this is the cutout that was there originally. Okay. That being said, you can see it's a rectangle duct. Okay, but when it gets past, this goes into the wall, and then once it gets past the wall area, it turns to a round duct, and it gets ducked out, outside through the roof. So my goal is to basically put a reducer on there. So when you do it, you do need some aluminum tape. Oops. It says dryer vent installation tape, which this is sufficient for the hood. It's for high heat and stuff. The next step, just so you guys know, is I'm going to enlarge this hole. I just got to kind of make it a little bigger here. That circle's in the wrong spot. So guys, pay attention to that, because sometimes when you install these, it tells you, it tells you where everything's at. And I guess ideally this would be from the top, but it doesn't make sense from the top. So I went from the bottom up, therefore placing this hole on that side. So I enlarged this hole a little bit. It's not perfect, okay? I just cut around and just try to get my measurement. Hopefully it works. So what I end up doing, I'm gonna leave that hole where it's at, because that's the original hole. And since I have this space in here, it should be fine, because it gives me a little bit of space with this. So I should be able to route that wire with no issue. Another thing is, always confirm what the instructions are telling you as far as the templates. Okay, so what I did, I just cut this template out to the shape it is. I just went along the line. I didn't really notice anything in the instruction that told me to do that. Maybe it did. And then I just placed it in there, marked them, and then I just confirmed those marks with my tape measure. I didn't just measure from this point, or from the point where we made the mark at, which I kind of did almost at the top, to the top part here. So just to confirm it, if I go up under here, you're looking at about 1.5 from that mark. Okay. You got a little bit of wiggle room because of the way this is shaped. All right, so if I do the same thing here, I got the 1.5. See? Where is it? There it goes, 1.5. So just confirm that. I also confirm the bottom. I'm going to confirm the top ones as well. Make sure everything lines up. And then what I'm going to do on the walls is go ahead and put the anchors. I do recommend putting the anchors in there because this thing is really heavy. Unless I'm just weak. It's either one or the other. Most likely it's the second one. But anyways, it is kind of heavy. I'll go ahead and double check the where I want the holes at, and then I'll go on from there. So put the wall on first, and then you zip the top ones in. Okay, so that's the deal. And also, it is recommended before you try all that to connect your duct to this. I'm gonna put this one for now, and then I'll figure it out as I go. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect that with the tape and everything else. Alright guys, so this is what I did so far. I went ahead and attached this. I put this tape on it. I did use a squeegee. At least this brings me back to my AC days. I used to install new construction ductwork for AC company. And we used to use a squeegee, but this tape is different. This is not really like a foil tape. This is more of a foil tape, okay? This is the stuff I used to use. I thought I grabbed the right one, but I didn't. But it is sufficient for what we're using it for. It's sufficient to do, to do dryer vents and stuff like that. And once again, this is probably going to get just as hot or a little less hot, or maybe equal to a dryer vent. So I installed this. I'm going to go ahead and put the anchors in the wall here on those holes. I'm going to just use the anchors that were provided. Hopefully they're sufficient. And then hopefully everything fits in this hole. I'm going to put it in there, and then I'll worry about that part tomorrow after I go back to the hardware store. But that's it, man. So this is what this is. I'm going to install it, hope for the best, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I did use a tape. It's not necessarily, I don't even recall it saying that in the instructions, but I just use it just in case. Because here's the thing. So with this one, when you put this on, it sits on top of here. So for sure you can use a tape. It's no issue. It's going to hold it. This is a little different because this actually is a little recessed. So what I end up doing is I wrapped basically, like say this was this part. I wrapped it with tape, cut slits in the tape, folded it up. Wrapped this with tape. I cut the slits in there and then folded the tape over. Then I placed it in there and then used a squeegee to push the tape down so it sticks around that collar. Do you have to do this? Probably not, just because the way this is designed, and because you have this connector here that tightens down pretty good. I don't think it's necessary. I just did it just in case. Okay. But yeah, normally it would be like this. You get this tape and it would stick on, and that's it. And then a lot of times when you do it, you do use this like a squeegee like this to kind of activate the tape and get it stuck on right. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this here in that hole. I'm gonna use the anchors that were provided, which are these right here, and then go on from there. Hopefully I can get it up there because, like I said, it is kind of heavy. But I've done microwaves multiple times on my own, and I doubt this is heavier than a microwave. And even though it is pretty substantial as far as the capacity of the unit or how heavy it is. Another thing I wanted to mention too. So, average opening on any house should be 30 inches unless you have like a condo or a little apartment that you don't have full size appliances. Okay, you should have a 30-inch opening from there to here. It's going to be 30 inches. See? The original range hood is, and I believe it's a Whirlpool product, 30 inches. Like a hair under 30. Okay? This is what it should be. I did read reviews on this Cosmo range hood, which I did notice that people are saying it's not 30 inches, which sucks because I'm gonna have a little gap on each side. This hood is only 29.5 inches. So I got that half inch that I gotta mess with. I gotta make sure I center. See, it's on the end, 29.5 inches. Okay, which sucks. Okay, because I'm gonna have a gap. But it is what it is. I didn't spend top dollar. I think I spent 300 and change on it, or 290 something. I'll look at it and see if I could list it on my description. Um, and I'm hoping it works out. But I'm gonna go ahead and install it. I am disappointed in the width of it, but hopefully it's not too noticeable to people. But I got OCD, so for sure I notice. I would notice it right away. Matter of fact, I noticed it in people's pictures before I even read about it. So that's the deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it. I'm not gonna video it, but I'll show you how it looks once it's in. Yeah, guys. So I got this connected like I showed you. I was trying to put this thing up. You can see the scrapes on the wall. It's one heavy mofo. Okay, it's very, very heavy. Um, that being said, I'm gonna need some help with it. I'm probably gonna get my wife to come help. She's not home yet. Um, yeah, yeah, it's very heavy, man. So you are gonna need at least two people, unless you have like one of those cabinet jacks. But that's the deal with this. So I'm going to wait on some help and then put it up. Oh, yeah, one thing I also want to mention is so this thing is difficult to install. Not difficult, okay? Let me clarify that. The issue is it's heavy. But what makes it difficult is that a microwave alone is easier to install. And the reason why I say it's easier to install is because normally it comes with a bracket that will mount to the wall. Okay, it'll either be a strip bracket or a full bracket. It goes from the top to the bottom, and it has a lip on the bottom that will connect to the back of the microwave. Okay, so when you put a microwave on, you could take the microwave, tilt it. Like say this is the wall. You tilt the microwave. Like say this is a bracket right there. You get the microwave. You could tilt it, put it on the bracket. The bracket holds it, and you can push it up flat, and then you mount your screws through the top of the cabinet. Okay, this is not designed that way, so it's only relying on those wall anchors and the top, which is fine. But when it's time to install, it's difficult because it's so heavy. All right, so that's why a microwave. I told you I've done plenty of microwaves. That's why I've been able to do them because they're a lot easier because it comes with a bracket that you hang that bottom part on and then push it into place. This didn't come with any of that stuff. Okay, so that's what I'm dealing with here. Hopefully, I can get it up with my wife. Otherwise, I gotta go buy something to help me, to assist me, or have uh, somebody come over and help. This is a reducer. It's a 8 inch to a 6 inch, and I crimped that. It didn't come like that. It came like this, flat. All right, so I still have my tools from when I used to install ductwork or AC, AC, for AC units. So I went ahead and crimped it all around so it could fit inside of this bottom piece. So that ends up fitting in there. Okay, so the goal is to basically install like this. All right, so it's gonna go inside and it's gonna look like that. So that's my goal. And right now I'm gonna go ahead and push this down a little bit more and then add some tape around it to put it nice and secure. All right, so that's the plan. Hopefully it works. This is installed. It worked out pretty good. I took out the original one that was attached to the wall. I installed this one. Okay, then I crimped it. I crimped this collar, which is a reducer. It goes from 8 inch at the base, or vice versa, depends on how you're hooking it up, to 6 inch, and I crimped the 6 inch section and went into this and then taped it. This I had the other part go in, and I went ahead and taped it the best I could. Ideally, if you could figure this out prior to installing it, it's better just to do that way. Install this first, and then you go ahead and install this. But it worked out pretty good. It was a little tight in this area. That's why I put quite a bit of extra tape here to try to seal it off as much as possible. But other than that, yeah, it's in there. The hood's in. And then I'll turn it on and play with it. Yeah, so that's what we're working with. So it's all plugged in. I haven't turned it on yet. So I ran ahead. There was a hole here already. So I went ahead and ran the wire in there and put this piece over it. So nice and out of the way. Let's see how you turn this baby on. It looks like it's on. And how you start this thing. Oh wow, this is like a airplane. Alright, so I'm checking to see if there's any air leaking. I feel a little bit back here where it's difficult to get to. That's all I really feel. So I'm going to try to fill that in a little bit better with tape. And go a little harder on it, heavier with the tape. Up here it feels fine. But yeah, I feel some air back here. Alright guys, everything's installed. This is how it looks. I wiped it down with some stainless steel cleaner. You see some streaks in there. I put this cover back in. Not all houses are going to have that. Mine just happens to have it. So if you don't have it, don't worry. Not everybody has it. So it looks pretty good. So now all I got, so I cleaned it down with some cleaning solution, and then I went ahead and put the stainless steel stuff. I could have done a little better or used a microfiber rag. The stuff I use, by the way, is really good. They're wipes. Yes. It's this product here, and basically they're wipes. You wipe everything on, and then if you like, you could. It tells you to leave it, but if you like, you could use like a microfiber cloth to go over it. You're gonna see it looks like it's a lot that's going on there. It's gonna get kind of milky and all that, but then once it's 100% dry, it comes out really good. Right now I'm working on the drip tray. It's gonna go like this and facing you on the back part of the hood. It's gonna go in this channel. I used to not have carpal tunnel, but now I do from removing this plastic. That thing is on there pretty good. This one comes off pretty easy. These are the grates. Okay, so basically over time with the oils, or if you do a lot of frying, it would drip down this, and then it will go into that tray I showed you. So it's almost like a commercial style hood, but this one doesn't come. It's not too bad. It'll come off pretty good. So I'm just gonna peel all this off and then wipe it down. Probably use some cleaning solution on it. I don't really want to wash it at the moment because I gotta wait for it to dry and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of spray a rag and then clean it and then install it and show you the final product. Alright guys, so I did end up washing these with soap and water with like Dawn. This stuff has a lot of the sticky, nasty, greasy stuff or adhesive type of on there. It's very difficult to get clean. Here I kind of got it off. You can see it's could kind of see the staining from it. So I'm gonna try to keep taking it off, and then I'll try the stainless steel wipe and see if it gets better. I clean this up. So apparently this doesn't work great on this. The all the oil that was, or that oily, sticky residue, and oily is more like sticky residue. So I end up using that wipe I was telling you about for the stainless steel wipe, and it actually loosened all this stuff up. Just so you can see, that's how it looks. When you put it on there, it looks like this. So you could leave it, or you could just kind of go over it. I got the other two in here. All right, so I'm going to show you. For you to put the last one in, make sure that they're both are on each side. So you got the left and the right are pushed over. You put this one in last. You stick it in here, kind of at an angle, and then you push up. Okay, and it sits up in a channel. That's it, guys. This thing looks, I think, looks pretty good.